morning, Facebook. What's going on? What's up? Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Q, Mash Gas Entertainment. What's going on? Y'all come on, get settled with us real quick. I'm trying to get some stuff together here so we can go ahead and get this done real quick. Hang on just a second. We're going to get started in a second because my crew don't think that I'm going to be on at this moment. Let's see. Working Day and Night by Michael Jackson on my laptop real quick. I just want to throw on a little bit of jam music real quick. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna cut this off. What's up, everybody? Good morning. How y'all doing? Come on in real quick. Come on in the room. It's your boy Q. Listen, again, thank you so much for joining us on this morning. Again, this is kind of like the at-home version of Mash Gas Entertainment. And say, listen, we just want you guys to make sure that you continue to follow us and all that good stuff on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. We're on all podcast sources like Spotify. Make sure you do check us out on Spotify and all that good stuff because our Spotify channel is lit. It's really, really lit. Also, we are on Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts. So make sure you guys check out some of our previous shows because it's going to be lit. So listen, I have my laptop in front of me, and so I can try to read your comments best I can, or whatever the case is. And look, Reggie, I got the Mevo to work. I'm a genius. I'm just a genius. I'm a genius. So I'm going to edit this post real quick with Mash Gas, and then we're gonna get started because I need to make sure that it's edited properly, so they won't be letting me have it and talking about, I didn't do it right. Good morning. What's going on, Bird? How you doing? Good morning. What's up, Reggie? See you on real quick. And like I said, we're gonna get this going here. Let me back up because I don't think my computer like that. So we're back up here, and I just try to read the comments, and I'll go back and edit this stuff later while it's working. I'm gonna leave it alone. But check this out again. We're going to be putting out the Mash Gas hotline number because we do have a hotline for you guys where you guys can send us a text message and also send us some of your questions and concerns because listen, and I don't think that I've really said this too much, but you can email us at mashthegas@yahoo.com. That's MASHTHAGAS @yahoo.com. Listen, you can go on, you can email us your questions, things that you want to talk about, things that maybe it's on your mind, whatever it is, you can email us because guess what? We will reply. And I'm going to do better with that because we do have some of you guys emailing us, and we're going to now make the time to go back and answer some of these emails and some of these questions that you guys have been sending us. And let me tell you something. Some of this stuff is crazy. Some of this stuff I can't believe that y'all send in because you just can't make some of this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get started because I'm only going to be on here about 35-40 minutes. And then we're going to let you go about your day. But real quick, the forecast right now in Dallas is cloudy and it's raining outside. So listen, if you have to get out, please remember that here in Dallas or Dallas County, we are on stay at home orders, or what they call it, stay in shelter orders, or whatever the case is by the government. They requesting us to stay in place. If you have to go, like myself, I have to go to work this evening, make sure that you have your authorization letter that you should have been issued by your employer. And also, again, practice the 6 feet rule. Give me 6 feet because I could tell somebody that yesterday, back up. Corona, you got to be serious about that. Back up Corona, back to gone about your business. I don't want her. I don't want to talk to her no more. Back up Corona. Shimmy, what you talking about now anymore? I don't know what you're talking about. Just put it in the comments or whatever, and then I'll try my best to read it. So anyway, just be careful, like I said, and make sure that you guys are in a safe place, because like I said, this is kind of unfamiliar to a lot of us, being kind of quarantined. Okay, so Sunshine said something about social distancing. What about the social distancing? What, they changed up or something? Okay, can y'all be a little bit more specific? My co-host is on, my boy Hendrix is on, Miss Sunshine is on, Miss Shimmy is on. Mo, I think, might be on, but if she does, it'll be probably right before I get off. So let me see. The weather is nice now. Oh, she's talking about are you talking about the weather? Or was you talking about the social distancing, Sunshine? Okay, well, all right, well, whatever. I guess they'll clear it up in just a minute. But let's get started. Let's get started real quick. Like I said, we're going to talk about a few things, whatever the case it is, on this morning. Again, I've been talking about, okay, Sunshine, I got you. Making sure that you guys, again, practicing your 6 feet. Make sure that you definitely, are in a particular place where you're taking care of yourself. Keep your hands clean. Keep your hands clean, and do not touch your face. Don't do that, Don't be ignorant like some of the people in Miami, because I believe about 6 of those teenagers or spring break celebratory guests in Miami Beach on last week. What happens is that I believe about 6 or 7 of them was diagnosed with coronavirus. And at least one of the girls that they talked to, she talked about, she said, well, if I get coronavirus, I get coronavirus. And now she's up there in the hospital asking for prayers and GoFundMe accounts. We're not going to pay attention to that. We're just going to hope that, the free coronavirus treatment that they're giving her is going to be something that she can use. And we definitely want her to have a speedy recovery. But people, don't be stupid. Please. Get back 6 feet. The devil 6 feet. Corona. Okay, so listen. So let's go ahead and get started with the show real quick, because my laptop is freezing on me. It's probably because I'm pulling all this damn Wi-Fi at my house. But we're gonna keep that pushing and save that for another day. So let's see here. So let's see what we got. Okay, what are you talking about? Oh my God. So everything is done the way that I have it set up here, and all of a sudden my laptop doesn't like me because it's telling me that all of my things are unavailable at this moment. So let's see here. I'm gonna go here anyway and see what I can run across. Let's see if it likes me real quick. So how you guys managing with your social distancing, and how you managing at home? Hey Marsha, how y'all doing at the crib? Y'all doing okay? I'm hoping that everybody is maintaining and not losing your mind, because I understand that you could definitely lose your mind with that kind of stuff. Okay, so this is what we're going to have to do. I'm hoping that I won't lose my feed when I do this or whatever, but let's see. Let's see here. I don't believe I'll lose my camera feed. I hope the camera keep going while I'm working on this. Let's see. I'm hoping that the camera stays intact. And let's see, it says it is streaming Facebook. So let me see what I got going on. This is the devil. Hold on real quick. What is going down? There's something about, I got stuff connected up all different kind of ways, y'all. Let me see here. Okay. Let's see. Well, until I can get my articles and stuff up and going, or whatever the case is, let's talk about this comment that I got on in my instant message regarding phone sex. Yes, phone sex. Somebody type it down in the comments. Q is about to talk about phone sex. How are you managing? How are you guys managing, or whatever the case it is, when it comes to your quarantine? How are you managing when it comes to your quarantine? Especially, those people who are in relationships and all this kind of stuff. And let's just say you can't see your boo right away and all this good stuff. How are you dealing with the physical unattachment? Because, a lot of people, they're in relationships, and a lot of people, they're together and all this kind of stuff. But somebody, yeah, Miss Shimmy, somebody sent me an instant message and was like, Q, I want you to talk about this on your show. And I was like, okay. So she said, yeah, Mo, a whole lot of side pieces are unhappy at this moment. I'm quite sure they are. And, we're just going to say a prayer for the side pieces. We're going to make sure that, that God is going to do something for the side pieces. And hopefully every day that a side piece is without a side piece, they're concentrating on being somebody's main chick or main dude. So, hey, we're not phone sexing or practicing social distancing. Okay, well, Shimmy, listen, this came to me yesterday, and like I said, I couldn't believe it myself. I could not believe it myself. I mean, it was something that that it was just, crazy. But here it goes. So on yesterday, while my laptop is doing diagnostic testing, so yesterday I received a message, and the message went something like this: "Say, hey Q, how you doing? Hope you and the crew is good." And my matter of fact, it was the day before yesterday. But anyway, and they said, so I have an issue, right? And the issue is that my boyfriend of 4 years doesn't want to have phone sex with me. I said, okay. I said, well, what do you mean he doesn't want to have phone sex with you? I mean, because you're gonna have to give it to me, like I need it. You can't just give it to me in doses when you start a conversation off like that to me, or whatever the case is. But you're gonna have to say something, because I don't understand, what that means. Because me, I'm an equal employer opportunity. So so I feel like whatever you want to do in your relationship, as long as the agreement is in place or whatever, that you should be able to do those things, or really want to explore those things with the person that you with, right? So she said he doesn't want to have phone sex with me, and I want to ask you a question. Why do certain men, why do they dislike phone sex or whatever? And I was like, okay, so y'all know I think backwards and I live in color. Okay, that's kind of like my new saying now. I think backwards and I live in color. So the thing is like, what happens is, I needed to ask her some questions, because I needed to make sure that I wasn't imagining this stuff. I needed to make sure that, this kind of stuff wasn't, like really, really going on, or this stuff really wasn't happening, but it was happening. And she said, that, she was trying to make it spicy and make it exciting, and she was trying to, liven things up and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, okay, so you want to spice some stuff up, you want to liven some things up, or whatever the case it is. But I got a couple of questions for you. My first question, which is not on my phone while I'm doing, I'm just trying to see if I can see y'all comments. And so what happens is that my first question is, out of the 4 years, right, that you guys have been together, and that you guys have been, doing whatever that you doing or whatever, on a scale of 1 to 10, tell me where you lie. What's your freak number on a scale of 1 to 10? Tell me what your freak number is, and that's very important. And you know what? One of my crew members, go ahead and put that in the comments. You need to ask, what's your freak number, or whatever the case it is when it comes to things like that, and I'll tell you why. Because if you are a person, right, and excuse me if this comes up loud, if you are a person, or whatever the case it is, that is, let's say your freak number is a 4 or a 6 or something like that, you don't need to have phone sex, because you can't. The whole objectivity of phone sex is to create an imagination for the other person to get gratification, right? Imagination, gratification. That's what it is. And as men, we have great imaginations as guys. Oh, let me tell you, baby, we got the best imaginations in the world. We can imagine a whole lot of stuff and you won't even know it, whatever. We got great imaginations. And so what happens is that, hey, Arbor, and what happens is that when we have those imaginations and we have those things in our brains or whatever the case is, sometimes, we do like, it to be spiced up, and we do like it to be, in a place where it's like, okay, you know what, dang, like I believe it's like what Sunshine said earlier, the anticipation of it all, because we can visualize it and we can remember the last time and how it was the last time, and it's like, wow, we can go on and do this. If you're not affecting your man in that kind of way, you don't need to have phone sex. You just don't need to do that. What you need to do is go and find you a sex therapist that can help you get your freak number up a little bit. Because what happens is that if you say most, lack imagination, well, Miss Sunshine, that's another conversation for another day, okay? Because I believe that you attract what you are, and I know your freak number is high, so I'm quite sure, blood of Jesus. So the thing is like, you got to make sure that if this is something that you don't give your man on a regular basis, you know what I'm saying? If you're not freaky with him on a regular basis, then you don't need to be trying to try something different just because you quarantine. Look, I get it. I know you quarantine. I'm going to say this, for a lot of y'all. We know you horny. We know that you bothered in the draws. We know that you need that touch. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it PG-13. I get it. I understand that. But what happens is, no, Miss Shimmy, phone says it's not always an option, because if your sex is boring, how can you arouse me? Because the only thing I'm going to see is what we've been doing. I'm not seeing the potential or you can't create the imagination for me if that's not something that we've been doing. And so she said her freak number was like about a 4 or a 5 or a 6. And I'm like, well, you don't need to have phone sex because he ain't thinking about you. That's reality. Let me tell you something, ladies. If your sex is not that good, your dude ain't thinking about you. He thinking about the chick he saw on the flick before you got there. I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Let's read some of these comments. Hey, Margaret, thanks for heating us up. Margaret says, oh, wait a minute. Margaret says, there are 2 reasons. I don't know, I guess maybe a man that don't want to hit it after you hyping them up, okay? Or everybody at the house and do not have any alone time. Well, yeah, I can believe that, or whatever the case it is. But Margaret, let me say this: I don't know what men that doesn't perform on anticipation. Because let me tell you something, I'm not a phone sex person. I've never been a phone sex kind of guy. I've done it before, I really have, just being honest. But it was like, I mean, I always felt like, and this is just me, y'all, because this can go into a whole different kind of conversation. Because phone sex, have been in play for years, decades, before even virtual sex, sexual options and stuff like that. Y'all know what virtual sex is when, you FaceTiming and, y'all got some stuff going on each end, you see each other, you see me, I see you, we see each other. The thing is that, before virtual contact that way, phone sex was the thing that, people use. And let's be honest, it's I believe $1 million monopoly. People will pay 99 cents a minute, $1.99 for the first minute to have phone sex, and that's for men and women. But if the anticipation is built and if a guy is into his lady, he will do some things to her. Now, depending on his libido is going to be the question in play, because if he's not the kind of guy that's going to go, for a couple of hours, or you may get 40 minutes out of him, or hell, you may even get an additional 10 minutes out of the dude. You know what I'm saying? So just, you can build that anticipation now, especially if you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And you write about the privacy aspect of it, Margaret, because the privacy aspect of it is what people don't understand. You have to make sure that you know that you are definitely in a place where you can, say, hey, you know what? We need that a long time. You need to try to be creative with a long time. And this is really kind of cool, especially for the quarantine. If you at home with your boo and, you got something going on or whatever the case is, let me tell you something. Play hide go get while the kids is in there watching TV. You know what I'm saying? The anticipation of it, what you do with your mate is what they're going to see if you want to take a relationship to a place like that. Because again, I've always been like, why am I going to have, phone sex with you when, and kind of think about what I want to do to you when I can just come and do it. Well, in cases like this, where the case is, you have to be really, really creative. I agree with Denithia. Sexting is cool too. You can build the anticipation via text, and y'all already know how nasty some of y'all can be because y'all sending your body parts and you sending your genitals and your genitalias and your nipple knockers. And fellas, we sending our nightsticks out to people, you know what I'm saying? That happens. And those are visual forms of sex. But see, when it comes to phone sex, you have to create that in somebody's head. And so that's one thing I told her. If you are not freaking him like I ain't gonna give away too many of my secrets. But like if y'all was on the phone or whatever the case it is, and you talking, and he said, what you got what you got on, and she said, baby, I got on this, and he said, what the hand doing, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing this, that, and the other, and she say, what your hand doing, and you say this, that, and the other, and then then the next thing. After you find out what's going on is find out what they want to do to you. You have to write, Arbor. You have to become a visual storyteller. You have to have this already kind of, spontaneous, but in your brain, like, okay, you know what? I am fit to turn this fool on. But again, if you're not like that in person, it's not going to work like that on the phone. And let me tell you, let's get back to this, this visual stuff. Hey, look, I know people, that can jump on and they can bust, with that girl right there on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I know people, they can look at that girl picture and just whack off. Because what they do to them. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to be in a place where, hey, look, this, if we gonna do this, or whatever the case it is, that sex gotta be fire. I'm sorry. Sex gotta be fire. You know what I'm saying? Right, Denise, you gotta be some spicy history there. You got to put something, in place, or whatever for that to happen. And then too, one thing that we don't do as people is that we don't embrace the beauty of sex enough. We don't embrace the beauty of sex. We don't practice it, like, hey, you know what? This is something that not only I want to satisfy my partner with, but this is what I want to make sure I'm satisfied with, and find the beauty in that and create those options. Because, let me tell you something. Every man has that one woman, and every woman has that one man. Had that one man or one woman to do what? Turn their asses out. Introduce you to something different. Make you think about, oh my God, what have I been missing? Or, dang, I never did that before. I think I want to add that to my little repertoire. You know what I'm saying? Because, fellas, we got a repertoire. You know what I'm saying? We think about different things and we add them to what we do. Okay, let me see. Let me read these comments. Y'all, thank you for coming because they coming in. And while this is working, I'm going to see if I can get, this internet and stuff going so I can go on with the show. Let's see here. What's up, Darian? How you doing, man? Miss Sunshine said, oh, no, you need to tell them what you're doing to tell them and what they are doing to you. Well, yeah, that's right, Miss Sunshine. You know, but you don't want it to be robotic though. It needs to be spontaneous. You know, it needs to. You can tell me. I'm gonna tell you what to do. You can tell me what to do. We can talk about what we feeling on and all this good stuff. But what needs to happen? Because if I'm gonna have phone sex with you, my job is to make you come. That's my job, to make you come. And ladies, that's another thing. If you not really putting it down in the bedroom or whatever the case it is, and fellas, this really can go either way. I'm just saying, if Arbor, I am not adding the sensory details. You gonna have me in here sweating, girl. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, what I'm saying is, y'all got to be able to y'all got to be in tune with this thing. You know what I'm saying? And so while you in tune with this, or whatever the case it is, oh, I got you, Sunshine. I reread it. You got to be able to get this thing together. You know what I'm saying? And it has to be something that, again, that you actually participate in doing. You know, in relationships, when you being spontaneous or whatever the case it is, spontaneous, actions or whatever the case it is something that men crave. You know, women, it's good for a woman to be spontaneous, and I like it when, women are spontaneous and stuff like that, and that's kind of cool. But let me tell you something. The more spontaneous a person is in a relationship, are often times where people really, really, really look for those surprises. So if you decide to do something new, your partner's already adjusted to, you always doing something different or new, whatever the case it is. And so, like I said, that has to be in sync. Your mind got to be there, or whatever the case it is, because again, if sex ain't no good, you hang it up, baby. You can hang it up, baby. It ain't happening. I don't care if you like Jesus, if you love Jesus. I don't care, whoever. That ain't gonna work. So I'm hoping that what I expressed to her will help her, because I told her, I said, I'm gonna be honest with you now. I know we social distancing and stuff like that, and I know your boo is at home and all that good stuff, but I really think you may need to invite him over. You know what I'm saying? And see what's up. You know what I'm saying? I asked, I said, were you speaking into the mic? And she was like, what's that? I said, oh my God. I said, wait a minute. Do you even know, do you even know, have you ever even had an orgasm? You know what I'm saying? I mean, what sexual experiences do you have to all of a sudden want to do something with your dude that you've never done before, but he's not receptive to the newness because you boring? Let me tell you something. I ain't never, ever participated in half-ass sex. I'm sorry. That could be you having pity sex with people. I'm not doing that. I've done it a couple of times, or whatever the case is, and I made it a point in my life that, from the kiss, if you can't turn me on from the kiss, from the hug, from the affection or the foreplay, it's a wrap. WRAP, rap. It's a wrap. So let me see. Well, let me see. I think I'm back online. So let me see here. This phone sex shit is a fool, right? I'm telling you. Let me ask you a question. So, ladies, since it's most of y'all on here, tell me, what have you done? With this social distancing and things like that, maybe with someone that you wanna, be intimate with, or if you have someone that you have been intimate with, but all of a sudden it's been cut off, or whatever the case is. What are you doing to spice that up? I mean, how are you igniting your man's fire without touching him? I've often said, that I, can be turned on just by watching you stand there. Sometimes, it's about, it's the imagination of what you've been doing or what you have done, or, the anticipation of the next time. You know what I'm saying? So, what have you done? Have you done anything? Have you been thinking and stewing in your mind, how you gonna please your man, or how you felt the same thing? Have you been thinking about, hey, I'm gonna toss it up this way, or we're gonna try this or whatever. Because remember, ladies, men are visual. We see things and we are appealed to what we see. That's just the way that is. And so, y'all tell me in the comments what y'all got going on, because I know some of y'all in here or whatever that's watching me right now, watching me go through this list or whatever. I know some of y'all doing some of y'all, your mama didn't teach you. Don't play with it. Don't you play with it. Don't you play with it at all. Okay, Mo, what we got? Let's see. Okay. Mo, I'm not talking about that. Stop rushing me. Stop rushing me. You didn't do my live yesterday. You don't rush me because you didn't jump on like you were supposed to. Again. So you don't rush me. You don't change my subjects. This is my live. Hold your horses. So let me see. What we got? So I have to talk to them bad like that. I do. I have to talk to them bad like that because except Reggie. Except Reggie. Let me see what we got. Dun, 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 dun. It's time for some hot topics real quick. It's time for some hot topics. Let's see. Hey, Tashara. Hey, Tashara. Tashara Parker is on, everybody, from WFAA News. Thank you so much for joining us on today. All right, so let's talk about these stimulus checks real quick. Let's talk about these stimulus checks. Mo, yes, they do. Mo, we already had this conversation. We know that, you have your household a certain way or whatever the case is, but people think about sex all the time. I mean, especially if you having it on a constant basis, people is trying to get it in, Mo. Because, you may go to sleep or whatever with the bills on your mind, but baby, let me tell you something, that good 45, 50 minutes, 2 hours, or whatever the case it is, you ain't thinking about no bills. Yeah, leave Reggie alone. Okay, let's see. So let's talk about this. So people who owe child support will reportedly be ineligible to receive their stimulus checks. According to theshaderoom.com, what happens is that when it comes to the actual reimbursement or whatever the case it is, first of all, here it goes. It's broken down, and they got it broke down here. So, excuse me. There's a one-time payment for $1,200 for individuals who making below $75,000 a year. Also, they have it broke down to $2,400 for couples making a combined wage of $150,000 a year, and an additional $500 for each child under 16 in a household. All right. So, the stimulus package, first of all, you already have to know, if you don't know this, that your income tax must be filed in order for you to receive a stimulus check. You have to have filed your 2019 taxes in order for you to get this stimulus check. Let me put that out there right now. And real quick, if you have not filed your taxes, if you have not received a tax preparer, if you have not done anything of the sort, let me tell you something. Now, I haven't been doing this, but I've been in the tax business right now, going on maybe 6 or 7 years. I've been in underwriting, mortgage underwriting, and banking maybe half of my adult life. And so myself and my niece, we have a tax business or wherever, and it's called Simply Certified Taxes. And you can email me at simplycertifiedtaxesbyq@gmail.com. We do your taxes remotely, so I don't have to go into the office. I can take your information and I can let you know what we come up with in one business day, and we can get your taxes submitted. Listen, if you need those taxes done, please do that. You can hit me up or hit up an actual tax person or whatever the case it is that can get you some assistance or whatever for your own personal tax situation. Again, to qualify for that, you have had to file your 2019 taxes. Okay, Mo, let's see. Mo said there's a caveat to this. Let's see what you got. To qualify, they must have filed their tax returns either in 2018, 2019, right? Or receive Social Security benefits or veterans benefits so the IRS can calculate their rebate. Absolutely, because you do understand and know that if you Mo just kind of said something. If you get this $1,200 or whatever it is, that that's going to be taxable in your 2020 income tax. Please understand and know that they're going to use that as taxable income. So if you are getting a stipend from the government, you have to pay that back. So when it's time for you, you know what I'm saying, to do whatever you need to do, don't be surprised, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, for the guys or the ladies that's on child support, please understand and know that if you are on child support, you will not receive a stimulus if your child support is not paid. Also, to put in that perspective, if you so happen to owe back taxes, student loans, or any other debts, you're still eligible to receive your money. All right? You're still eligible to receive your money. Okay? So, again, we know that the House passed, was it $2 trillion for the stimulus bailout or whatever for this country. And, you know, they're doing their jobs and whatever, and that's what we need them to do at this moment. So, listen, if you're on child support, I'm sorry, but, you know, that little shitty ass $1,200 that Donald Trump proposed or whatever, you won't get that. And so I'm so sorry about that, and, you know, God bless your heart, and, you know, all this kind of stuff, because it ain't going. Will their payment go towards their child support? Well, it says it makes them ineligible to even receive it, Arbor. So I believe that, and this is just kind of knowing the IRS a little bit, if you're ineligible, it's not a payout, period. I don't even think that the mother can even really ask for that, because they're saying that you are ineligible to receive it. What's going on, Dimitri and Earl? Thank you guys so much for watching. Hey, make sure you share this video. Make sure you like this video. Give us some smiles, some hearts, kissy faces, whatever you want to give us. I just want you guys to share this video and share this with your friends. Make sure you catch this episode, because we're going to do another watch party tonight with this episode. And also, this episode will be on YouTube and all of our podcasting sources. So make sure that you guys follow us for that or whatever, okay? Hey Reese, what's going down? How you doing, darling? So let's see here. What else I want to talk about? I'm going to be on for probably about another 10-15 minutes, and then I'm going to get off quick because I started late. So, and real quick. So let's also talk about this real quick. Now I know that this is kind of old or whatever the case it is. Well, no. Wait a minute. You know, let's do this real quick. Let's talk about this. Now I'm not really sure, you know, where you live, or if you rent or you own. But what happens is that I received word here from WFAAnews.com. Y'all know that's Channel 8 out here. That some North Texans renters say that they are being threatened with eviction despite the ban during the COVID-19 pandemic. What happens is that Channel 8 has been receiving numerous amounts of messages from people, and also letters threatening that they will be evicted from their homes if their rent was not paid on time. Now listen, guys, I am so happen to be working in property management at this time. It is a business, and it's one of those businesses that sometimes the law they forget about. You know, they really do forget about tenants and landlords, you know, when it comes to what's fair to them in the event of disasters. That has been on the back burner for years. And so what I will say to you is to speak to your landlord, or speak to your manager at your apartment complex. If you're not getting the right answer from that person, it's okay for you to speak to their manager, or it's okay for you to speak with the property owner to find out what your choice, what your options are as a leaseholder. Because again, by us being on this lockdown, the moment that this lockdown lifts, that's when havoc and hell is going to break loose. Okay, so I think that you should be able to speak to that person to find out what's going on, you know, do what you need to do. And in the event, if you're unable to get the assistance that you need, or whatever the case is, you know, try to seek out the local churches and things of that nature. I do know that unemployment has hit an all-time high. I believe over 3 million people apply for unemployment, or whatever the case it is, which says to me that, like Mo says, you got to be saving your coins instead of going to get that Gucci, that Coach, and that Fendi. That is just, that straight up, Mo. I mean, I couldn't have said it better. You know what I'm saying? And look, you know, saving your coins is what it is. You got to be able to save your coins, because in these days and times, where the case is, do you know they're talking about going to cryptocurrency? I read this in a financial report last week in Forbes, that they're talking about going to cryptocurrency. If you guys don't know what cryptocurrency is, it's electronic money. If they got rid of paper money, then we would have to spend our money electronically. So, you know, that I spoke with a stockbroker not even 2 weeks ago, and he told me some things regarding how currency was going to be changing, and how Wall Street is pushing for a more electronic way to spend money, because it will save the country and the economy millions and millions and millions of dollars a year not to make money. I wouldn't know what to do without my 20s. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know what to do without cash. You know what I'm saying? As Granny called it, cash. I wouldn't know what to do without that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a cash carrier. Okay, Denithia, I'll stop touching my face. I'm not a cash carrier all the time, but sometimes if you don't want them charges on your card, you just want to, you know, give them a 20, give them a 10, give them a 5. You know, that kind of stuff, or whatever the case is. I agree with that, Bird. I agree with that. So they can keep track of all you do. Oh, absolutely. You know, so they're talking about doing this, whatever case is, going to cryptocurrency. So stay tuned, because that's going to be hitting Congress in just a little bit. Because trust me, this country, you know, we got a lot of money to spend, but we can't keep spending it trillions of dollars at a time. Just saying, you know, that's going to be something to look out for. So keep looking out for that, and know that you heard it first right here on Master Gas Entertainment. So hey, so you know, again, talk to your landlords and stuff like that, and make sure that, you know, y'all doing the right thing, because we don't want to see none of y'all on the street. You know, how would y'all pay strippers? They're going to have an electronic strip down their G-string. That's how they're going to pay them. You get in front and get that dance, and they're going to say, swipe. Swipe. So, don't play with it. But don't act like, you know, we not resourceful. We going to make it work. Swipe. Right, Reggie, tip drill. So Lunell, y'all know who Lunell is. She's a comedian. Lunell. She's one of the original comedians back in the 90s, or whatever the case is. Lunell reveals why her daughter is banned from her house. So Lunell, of course, her husband, at this particular time, he has COPD and some other health issues. And because of the coronavirus, or whatever the case it is, this is what she said. She said, it pains me and it breaks my damn heart, but I have made a decision to ban my daughter from my home. These kids are not taking the seriousness of hand washing and shit seriously. I love my baby, but this shit is scary, and I'm not fucking around. Laughing in my face and thinking I'm overreacting has convinced me to shut everybody down except one person. I want to live. I'm sorry, but bye. That comes from theshaderoom.com as well. Would you lock your home down to keep people out that you love? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Listen, I love my family. My family knows I love them very, very much. But I tend to be a loner. I tend to withdraw a lot. And I don't like people coming to my house. I've always been that way. I've always been that way, and I don't know why that is. And this is coming from a person that, you know, that love his family. You know, I love to be around my family. I love to kick it with the kids and chop it up with my cousins and, you know, all this kind of stuff. But I don't want y'all in my house. I just don't, sometimes I just don't want you in my house. Now, you can come over sometime, but all the time, no, don't want it. Okay, a lot of y'all said, hell yeah, I love they behinds from a distance. I don't blame you. Love them from a distance. Because let me tell you something. That's one of those things that you got to say, hey, look, it's either me or you. It's either me or you. That's just what that is. And listen, this virus is airborne, y'all. So we have to understand that the coronavirus, and let's be technical real quick. Now, Mo, I know you'll look it up for me really quick for me. But I believe Dallas County, we have the highest case almost in the United States. In the U.S. Dallas County, where I'm at. Where me is. We have the highest case of new cases popping up on a daily basis. That is scary. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here in North Garland, Plano area. Plano just had, I believe, 2 more cases yesterday. Garland had 4 more cases yesterday. This pandemic is not something to play with. Listen, please be in a position if you have to go, like myself. I have to go to work tonight. I have to work. And I work around different people, maintenance men and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I work with people like that, and so I have a mask. Make sure you're building up your immunity, taking your vitamin C, your B12, your multivitamins. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, Gatorade, do the things you need to do to build your immunity. One thing that I heard a doctor say on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show the other day was black seed oil, which black people, we buy black seed oil. 1 capful of that a day will help build your immunity and give you the what they call it, the antioxidants that you need in your body. And make sure you're feeding yourself healthy. Now listen, let me tell you something. Now, me and my homegirl, we had a conversation about this. Listen, I'm not a food nutritionist or nothing like that. But I'm gonna tell you straight up. All y'all starving yourself to death, y'all cutting out your meat and stuff, that's great, but your body needs that natural protein source. You need a natural protein source, you know what I'm saying, to help you rid yourself of constant infection and constant bad things. That's the reason that we have our bodies to help. We have to have different things to help our immunity so we can fight off some of this stuff. So let's see. Most of the county reporting 7 deaths related to COVID-19 between March 14th and March 27th. Y'all, that's 7 people that's gone. 7 families devastated. You know what I'm saying? Collin County may lift their SIP order because a realtor is suing. Really, Arbor? People don't believe fat meat greasy, and they don't believe that you can fry greens. All right? People don't believe fat meat greasy, and they don't believe you can fry greens. So listen, hey, you guys do what you need to do. Shout out to Lunel. You know what I'm saying? I believe that, look, you got to protect yourself, before you wreck yourself. And that's just what that is. And again, I believe that also we need to be making sure that we are staying abreast on Master Gas, on our Facebook page, on our Instagram pages. We are trying our best to keep you guys informed on what's going on. And you guys share these articles, share all of the info that you have, because guess what? They're still talking about different things. Now, I know Reggie may correct me with this, but I believe I read on the CDC earlier this week that there were scientists trying to come up with a timeline, and I'm going to see if I can go and find it. Reggie may find it before me. But there's a timeline, or whatever the case it is, on how long this stuff could last. Do y'all know that on this timeline, or whatever the case it is, they're talking about another 2 to 4 months? 2 to 4 months as a initiation timeline that they're talking about. The first timeline, possibly 2 to 4 months, y'all, because this thing has to be under control. 2 to 4 months, and then they said anywhere from 4 months to a year for the second timeline, because within the first timeline, they are trying to make sure that they can contain it. The second timeline is to make sure that no one else get infected. Okay? And then not only that, within, again, that's 4 months to 12 months. That's 4 months to a year worth of time. And this is in the process of curing people who hadn't even been diagnosed yet. So we got to think about that. And then not only that, check this out. Another 1 to 2 years after that, because the vaccine can take anywhere from 1 to 2 years to make. And in order for the vaccine to be in place by every American or accessed by every American, it has to be approved by the CDC and pharmaceutical companies to make sure that this stuff is safe for everybody. So can you imagine with me another 2 years of possible quarantine? You know, and they did state that Reggie says roughly the entire timeline is 4 years. 4 years. Four years, Reggie. They said something about you be able to get some of the liberties back. But if this continues to spread in the United States, because you do know that we are #1 in most diagnosed cases, you know, at this moment. And if this stuff continues to spread, what happens is that y'all, any of us that are walking around breathing today, that's living to tell the story, please be careful and please understand and know that I don't care if you Superman, I don't care if you She-Ra, He-Man, Aquaman, goddammit, Wonder Woman, you are susceptible to this virus. Please do what these folks are asking you to do. All right? You know, and I got one more story that I'm gonna share with y'all, and then we're gonna jump off real quick. Now, I like Alyssa Milano. Y'all know who Alyssa Milano is. Alyssa Milano, y'all know, was on what the show is with Tony Danza. Oh Lord, what was the show called, y'all? What was the show? Tony Danza, when he was the housekeeper, and Alyssa Milano was his daughter. And we also know Alyssa Milano from one of my favorite shows, Charmed. She played Phoebe Halliwell on Charmed, and also she was also former host of Project Runway All Stars. So we know who Alyssa Milano is. She made a wonderful suggestion to Who's the Boss? Thank you, Miss Sunshine. She made a wonderful suggestion to President Trump, and her suggestion was, why don't you convert all of your hotels into hospitals for the coronavirus AIDS? I love that suggestion. I think that every one of his hotels that he making money off of, in the U.S. and internationally known, all of his shit need to be coronavirus invaded. That's what I want them to do. They need to take them hotels that he got all them beds in, and put these folk in these rooms and help them get well and give towards the effort, instead of trying to shove $1,200 down your throat and telling you to shut up. Like he told New York the other day on the news that they all could die. Why would one of the greatest states in this country, New York? I love New York. Shout out to New York. I love New York. Why would you say something like that to one of the most booming states in this country? You know, New York is a state that we all know and love. And let me tell you, they have great food, great people, fashion district of the world. I mean, you know, it's just the World Trade Center and stuff like that. You just really telling them to screw themselves. You know, you cannot be greedy. I agree with Alyssa Milano. I think that every one of your hotels need to be turned into a hospital, and I wish that there was some kind of executive order that they could issue, and they'll make you do it. Give some of these coronavirus victims one of them king-size beds. That's what you should do. As the president of the United States, you got all these damn hotels that's just sitting up because they're not making any money. Now let's keep that on the real. They're not making any money at this point. But you know Donald Trump, Sunshine, you already know it. If he did something like that, he gonna take it out somebody else's behind. Yes, he's a buffoon. He's a stupid buffoon. I agree with her 100%. He needs to do that. He needs to do that because look, I don't understand. You know, you got all them beds. Why not? Why not? I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, so real quick, do you guys have any questions for us? The crew is on with me right now, so if you guys got any questions, let me know. What y'all think about the phone sex? Do you think that and let me tell you, the viewer is a woman. Okay, if I have not said that earlier, it is a woman that hit us up. You know what I'm saying? Do you think she's overreacting? What advice would you give her? To see if she can give her man some satisfaction in this time of quarantine and separation, and so he can practice speculation and anticipation and whatever Sean's is out there. You know what I'm saying? Let's read some of the comments real quick, and then I'm gonna jump off. Crew, y'all know we got our little powwow after this. So let me see here. Okay. You missed her question. Okay, her question was, Arbor, is why don't certain men like phone sex? My boo doesn't like phone sex with me, but her freak number is at a 5, I think. But she want her dude to like phone sex with her, but you a 5 in the bed. And this is something that you're saying. Let's not even ponder what he thinks, because ladies, if your freak number is low, your man may tell you that your freak number may be a 7. He really mean 3. See, ladies don't like the truth from men. That's one thing that we get in the crossroads in communication. It's when sometimes men, we're not as honest as we should be. You know what I'm saying? I know, Arbor. I was trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, like, what you saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you talking about, yeah, baby, it's going to be like this, you know? Alright, shut up. Shut the hell up, Arbor. I'm sick of you. Just shut up. Just shut it up. All right, real quick. One more thing, y'all. One more thing. So your boy T.I. Did she match his nasty before quarantine? No. That's the thing, Arbor. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, how you gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, trying to get it in and you don't build no anticipation? With the mask on, Anthony? There's some freaks out in the world. I can only imagine people having sex with a mask on. That would be so funny. If y'all run across anything like that, please send it to me. Let's see. Now, your boy T.I. Lord. Let's talk about him. He admits that things have changed after his controversial remarks about his daughter's hymen remarks. Deja Harris, she says that she's fighting depression and things of that nature after what T.I. had said, or whatever the case it is. It means that thing stank. Gary. Damn. Wait a minute. I can for sex and video sex chat with that one, but not just anyone. Text, keyboard sex. Not. See, I'm with you with that one, Sunshine. I'm with you with that one because there ain't nothing there. I mean, phone sex just don't do nothing for me. Hey, Shelly, just doesn't do anything for me, and I'm just like, show me something, like the show me state, you know what I'm saying? Missouri, show me something, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, the 18-year-old is talking about T.I.'s daughter. She's talking about how, of course, now y'all know that they also doing this for TV because T.I. and Tiny Friends and Family Hustle is about to come back out, and so what happens is that when he announced that he takes his daughter to the gynecologist to make sure her hymen is still in check. A lot of people were outraged behind this. And she says here, I think that in the age of a time when our women, black women, are most unprotected, attended, and disregarded women on the planet, I'm being criticized because I'm willing to go above and beyond to protect mine. That was T.I.'s comments on the Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith. I think that you're stupid, is what I think. I think that you're stupid, S-T-U-P-I-D, period. I think that you're stupid. Why are you stupid? Because, listen, there is a way that you can communicate with your daughter without embarrassing her. Period, point blank. You know, I don't care what you do to apologize, whatever case it is that you have said to do. Period, point blank. You have embarrassed her for the rest of her life, and this is out there forever. So this is not something that you can really just pull back. You know what I'm saying? So I just really believe that, you know, you use a jackass for that. You had no right to do that. I agree with Tiny, because I saw a clip or whatever the case it is. He take things too far, but you as her mom, to be honest with you, you know, should have taken a bigger stance against the short man. I mean, both of y'all ain't but 4'6" and 4'11". So I think you should have, you know, if you can stand up to them heifers in the skate, you damn sure can stand up to T.I. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you be in the pen or not. You know what I'm saying? That's your child. That's your daughter. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that was out of line. You're out of line, sir. And now you're causing your daughter some unnecessary grief. I'm just saying. You're out of line, and I don't give a damn. You're just out of line. And because my thing is, you know, what if this turns into something dark for her? You know what I'm saying? You know, some hurts or whatever the case is that women, you know, that they feel from their fathers, especially, can turn their minds into something else. Because if you thinking about sex with her or whatever the case is, and wondering if she having sex or not, you're not doing anything but drilling it in her mind to make me think, well, what am I missing? What is it about this sex thing that everybody is so hyped about? You stupid. S-T-U-P-I-D. You stupid. Listen, that's all I got for the day, y'all. That's all I got for the day. I wanted to jump on, you know, to talk to y'all today, or whatever the case it is, to let you guys know that we're going to be in your face. We're going to have another live from another one of our co-hosts later this week. And also, we're going to be, you know, getting some new things done. You know, we got some things that we have in the works or whatever that we still going to operate from. I just want to say, again, thank you so much for watching me this past hour. And listen, it's been my pleasure to make y'all laugh and all kind of stuff, and put some thought in your mind. So listen, on behalf of each one of my co-hosts, my girl Mo Swag, my girl Sunshine, my girl Miss Shimmy 2.0, and my boy Hendrix, listen, we appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate you following us. Listen, make sure y'all visit our YouTube channel and hit that red subscribe button, because it's going to be in a minute that we're going to be on YouTube only. Why y'all looking at me like that? I'm just saying, you know, hit that subscribe button. We got about 50 followers, you know, subscribers. It don't cost you, but it don't cost you a penny or nothing. Click that red button. Look us up, Mash the Gas Entertainment, and make sure you follow us, you know, and listen to our podcast. If you don't have nothing to do, go to Spotify and type in Mash the Gas Entertainment. We got several episodes uploaded already for you guys. So listen, again, we appreciate you. Check us out later on this week, because we're gonna be in your face again with some more information and some more retarded acting, and most of all, we're here to bring you the entertainment, you know, and we're here to give you a good mash the gas, you know, to help you get through your day. So we appreciate you. We love you, crew. I'll talk to y'all in just a few minutes. And look, email us, mashthegas@gmail.com or mashthegas@yahoo.com. You can do that, or you can send us an email at info@mashthegas.com. So listen, any comments, questions, if you want us to talk about something, just like I got a couple of more of them. So, you know, I'm not going to give them to y'all at once, but I got a couple of more of them. And maybe next week I may talk about the one where my homegirl called her dude having a threesome with two more other ladies, and one of the ladies was his sister. His sister, not her sister. His sister. So we appreciate you watching. And we see y'all on the flip side. God bless you. Again, have a great Saturday. And we see y'all in a little bit. And while I'm getting this camera ready to turn off, for whatever case it is, again, share this podcast. Make sure that you like us and all that good stuff. And I know Arbor. And we'll see y'all in a little bit. All right, everybody. Peace.